Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that made it another week. Look at us. Thanks. Today in the news, first off, let's talk yesterday's State of Play. So even though I was off like a big old nerd playing D&D at the time, State of Play occurred, and boy, did I have a lot to catch up on. They bombarded us with all the trailers you could want, and many you didn't even expect. Hilariously, yesterday when I was all, where's Callisto Protocol? They said 2022 and it's 2022 and we have no news. Well, I guess they heard me because at State of Play we not only got a new trailer, but also a release date. And hey look, it's still this year. As for their claims it's going to be the scariest horror game ever made, it's starting to look like it, and I, for one, am very excited. Speaking of scary, we've got 2 bits of Resident Evil goodness for you as well. First, the remake of Resident Evil 4 is coming next year, and all the things they talked about, all the stuff they've been hinting at about making it less shooter and more spooky, appears to be right on track. They also took a chance and announced this new VR erotica game. At least I think that's what that is. Look, whatever it is, I for one am proud of their bold choice. Speaking of VR, we got a look at the Horizon VR game Call of the Mountain, which they say isn't a dating sim, but if you put me with Aloy, anything is a dating sim. Speaking of dating sims, we got a game called Eternites, which is both a hack and slash game and a dating sim. I don't know what that's called, but is that a new genre? We also got a look at the new Street Fighter, which had its moment to shine, and it looks amazing, but also insane? Is that an overworld to run around in? What is going on in this game? We even got more info on Stray, the game that lets you be a cyberpunk cat in a world of robots. Turns out it is coming this summer. And finally, wink, Final Fantasy 16, which if you want to see my thoughts, there's a link right there. Please go watch that video. It was great. This has been a shameless plug for another video is what this has been. If you want to see what I think about it, it's all there. In other news, remember how we were talking about Diablo Immortal and how it wasn't releasing in some countries because of the immense amount of loot boxes? Well, there has been an update from Europe about this whole loot box situation. 20 consumer groups in 18 European countries have backed a report calling gaming loot boxes exploitative. The report's authors, the Norwegian Consumer Council, say gamers are being manipulated into spending large sums of money on these chests of loot. While companies like EA have compared it to children's toys like Kinder Surprise, critics say it's a form of gambling because players cannot see what they actually bought until they open the thing they paid for. It could be a useful toy or extra, or totally worthless. Finn Mirstad, director of digital policy at the NCC, said, "The sale and presentation of loot boxes often involve exploiting consumers through predatory mechanisms, fostering addiction, targeting vulnerable consumer groups, and more." The report goes on to say it appears obvious that the systems used to convince people to part with their money in games are predatory, manipulative, and exceedingly aggressive. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that you and I and pretty much everyone else knows the truth about loot boxes already. They are predatory, they are manipulative, but a lot of the big time streamers who use them, or whales, they just simply don't care. So I gotta know what you think, because for as much as we all say loot boxes suck, people still buy them. Why is that? Are they caught up in the hype? Is it just because they want that special item and they're willing to spend whatever amount for it? Is it because like they saw someone else do it and they thought it was fine? I have no clue, but I am very interested in your thoughts. Please, in the comments below, hit me up, because what do we do? What do you do about a thing like this when everyone kind of agrees they suck, yet people still buy them? Speaking of things that still suck and yet people keep buying, it's time for your Cren Minute.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Cren Minute, my once-a-week segment where I get to talk about whatever I want for a minute. This week's Cren Minute is going to be about game genres, and specifically RTS games, because back in my day, I got started playing PC games because of RTS games like Age of Empires, Empire Earth, Empire's Dawn of the Modern World, StarCraft, like a whole bunch of RTS games. They kind of went to the side, right? They kind of got pushed to the side for things like FPS games and MOBAs and RPGs and all this other stuff, which is fine, but I still wish there were more RTS games, and other game genres have kind of had resurgences, and I'm kind of just hoping that RTS games will get one, because I really liked RTS games back in the day, and I'd like them to come back. That's my Cren Minute.
Thanks, Crendor. Also, thank you to everyone on patreon.com/Jesse Cox, especially Connor Holding, Nicholas Piorlini, and Nathan Puster. That's it for the week. Thank you all so much. I will see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.